Good afternoon, guys. This is Dr. Bhupesh once again from Dr. BKM Institutes, and our contact number is 76967 34256. Please subscribe our channel if you have not for the best OET videos. Now we were just discussing one of the questions. Please check out our previous reading. I will also attach as a thumbnail in the last. After in this recording, this reading video, when it will end, you will have this question that we have just discussed. So you can see one of the question of this kind. But before that, before you understand how to use the tenses in reading, I would like to tell you what tenses are, what is past, what is present, and how can you differentiate between the past, present. So first of all, I will discuss about the past. Okay, guys, tell me. Patient suffered from fever. Is it past, present, or future?
Past.
Past,
Past.
sir.
Past.
Past, sir.
Past indefinite.
Patient suffered from fever. Chaliye. So you are saying it is past. So is it active or is it passive? Second form. Second form. Is it active or is it passive? Tell me.
Active, sir.
Active, sir.
Active.
So that means whenever we say patient suffered from fever, patient complained of fever, patient underwent surgery, all these are past active. So that means when you are writing, then also you say patient suffered from fever, patient complained of fever, patient visited to our clinic, patient presented to us with fever. These all are active. Visited, presented, suffered from. All these are they. What I mean by active, when you do writing, you never put these words with was. You always use them in the second form. Patient visited to our clinic, patient presented to our clinic, patient suffered from fever, patient complained of fever. So you always use them active. Now tell me, patient was diagnosed with rheumatic fever. Active or passive?
Passive.
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 First of all, past, present, or future?
Past.
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 Past, sir.
Now that is what you all need to understand. You are absolutely right. These both are past. One is active, and when you use was plus third form, it is also the same test. It is also the same thing, same tense, but the difference is active and passive. The tense is same. So when you say patient suffered from fever, or you say patient was found with, or patient was diagnosed with, or patient was suspected with, all these are past only. They are exactly the same tense, but the only difference is active and passive. So that is what you should know when it comes to grammar. So if by chance I write it patient had visited, even then it is past. Though it is not past indefinite, it is past perfect, but don't get confused. It is also past. So we should know only past, present, and future while doing the reading. And even when doing the OET, so if by chance in the writing you say patient had visited us, then also it is correct. But don't use it in the writing. But generally saying, even if it says patient had visited, this is also a past tense. Okay. And now comes to the present. Let's go to the present. Patient has suffered from. Which tense is this? Past,
Present perfect.
Present perfect, sir.
present.
Present perfect, sir.
Present.
In
Perfect.
OET, whenever you put the today visit in the writing, whenever you put the today visit in the writing, whenever you put the today visit in the writing, always say patient has fever. Kanchan ma'am, please mute your mic. Never say patient suffers from fever. Never say patient suffers from fever. Always say patient has suffered. Today, the patient has suffered from fever. Today, the patient has complained of fever. Today, the patient has undergone surgery. Always say words like this. Okay, are you all getting my point? Should I take it forward?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now you can mute your mic so that again I can record important videos like this. Please mute your mic unless I tell you to participate. So now we have done two tense in the reading also, like we just had this reading question. So that also was kind of a similar. You should know the tenses. In the past, you say patient suffered from, patient had suffered from, or the patient was suffered from, or sorry, patient was found with, it is passive, or the patient had been diagnosed with. That is all past. When it comes to present, patient has suffered from, patient has complained of. Now tell me. Now passive, patient has been found with. So this is patient has been diagnosed with. So today, whenever you use the today visit, so you say patient has been diagnosed with. You never say patient is diagnosed with. I'm not saying it is completely wrong, but then it becomes present indefinite. So don't use it. Today visit always means present perfect. So patient has been diagnosed with, patient has been found with. Now tell me an important thing, future, which I am already telling you. Patient may suffer from future, suffer from fever. Is it present, past, or future? Tell me. Now this is reading. Now I tell you what is reading.
Present.
See that,
Present.
yeah, that is what patient.
Present, sir.
The future.
Now hang on. That's why I don't record videos like this.
Present, sir.
I'm telling you.
Future.
Hang on, I will tell you. It appears present, but actually it is future. That is what you need to understand in OET readings. It is not present, it is future. Patient may suffer from fever, is not suffering from fever, is not having fever. He may suffer from fever. So whenever in readings you find the word like may, can, could, might, 99% they are talking about the future. Even if some say some hope, hope also means in future they are hoping. So that is where people get wrong, because they do not understand, and that is why reading becomes difficult. So words like normally may, can, could, may, might, majorly they talk about possibility. Possibility man means that it is maybe possible, may not be possible. That means it is not certain, but this is kind of future. So if any options like this, patient will suffer from, patient will have fever. Okay, so that is future. Agree. Patient may suffer from fever. Suppose if paragraph says patient may suffer from fever, that is paragraph. Please again, please do not answer me in rush. This is the last thing we are doing to make you understand reading. Paragraph says patient may suffer from fever, and B option says patient is suffering from fever. A option says patient will suffer from fever. Last thing I'm asking you, that is where you will understand how tenses are important in reading. Patient will suffer from fever. C. Patient has fever. Patient has high risk of fever.
A.
Sir, A answer.
A, sir.
A, sir.
A will be the answer.
A, sir. लगाया
A,
sir.
sir. A.
और may future है may.
I don't doubt that why. I'm sorry. Please, any of my YouTube followers, please don't take me wrong. That is why your reading is so poor. Option is saying that is how simple this sentence. Please now don't judge, and now I'm putting you on mute. Otherwise, you will keep on participating. But now I have to make you understand. That is why I'm unable to record reading, and that is why I tell people to attend Zoom class every time. Now understand. This is given in such an easy form, but in reading you would be given such a big line. But then come back to grammar. Read only the words which has grammar. So when paragraph is saying patient may suffer from fever, that means it is probability. that patient will suffer from fever. It is not certain. Patient will suffer from fever means surely will suffer from fever. So it is not correct because my option C says that maybe. It is not certain, it is a possibility. But patient will suffer from fever means 100% he will suffer from fever. So this goes in elimination. Second option, patient is suffering from fever. No, patient may suffer. So patient is not suffering from fever. Elimination. Patient has fever. No, patient may suffer from fever. Elimination. I'm sorry, but that is why your reading is so much affected. That is why you struggle in listening part C. That is why. Patient has high risk of fever. That means there is still a probability. If I have to do this option 100% correct, then I will say patient has risk of fever. That means there is a probability. Patient has potential. Patient has potential of being febrile or having fever. Then also it is correct. Patient has possibility of fever. Then also it is correct. Patient has chances of fever. Then also it is correct. Patient has risk of fever, or but if I have to, if by chance I'm not given easy options like this, so if I have to do one correct, then as three are eliminated, so this also becomes my answer, that patient has high risk of fever. At least it is covering some probability. There are risk, there is high risk, but maybe he will not have fever. At least it is giving me bit of possibility, bit of probability, which is exactly being given in the paragraph by saying may. This can never be my answers. That is where you guys do wrong in reading. And that is what I teach you every day. This is Dr. Pupesh from Dr. PKM Institutes, talking the things that can make your reading very easy. And grammar is a very important component when you do speaking, writing, reading, and listening. So I hope you understand this concept, and please listen to this video 5 times, 10 times to become the most potent. Reading, grammar will make your reading easy as well, your listening easy as well, your writing easy as well, your speaking easy as well. So please subscribe the channel if you have not. Thank you very much.